procedure for creating a parse tree for LL1 grammars only. Okay. So, here because we already discussed it, parse table is the very important one to do a parsing actually, or to construct a parse tree. Parse table is the key table for creating that one. Okay. So, that is why let us try to understand how to create a parse table in LL1 grammar. Okay. So, here we have a simple procedure. So, that is what for every production, okay, we are going to do these two steps. So, it is very simple. So, it is very simple whenever we are going to construct this one for every production in the grammar. If you have n productions, n times these two steps we are going to do, then we are going to create a parse table. Okay. So, what are those two steps? Let me one production. So, this is non-terminal, that is variable, and this is deriving this alpha. So, alpha may be a combination of terminals and non-terminals, okay, or sometimes epsilon also. Okay. So, now if you take one production, so this production we are adding in the parse table. So, where we are placing this production in the parse table? So, if you see here, m of a under ath row, that means under a non-terminal row and under a small a terminal column, in that you are going to add this production. So, how you will get to know this is the place you have to add? So, for that we are finding the first of alpha. So, first of alpha you are going to find. So, whatever terminals you are getting, there you are adding this production. Okay, just try to understand these steps. Now, sometimes first of alpha may have epsilon actually. If first of alpha have epsilon, at that time only second step we are going to perform. At that time what we are doing, whenever you have a first of alpha epsilon, then we are adding a of alpha production, where we are adding is under ath non-terminal and under bth terminal column. So, how you are adding this one? We are finding follow of a actually. Okay, because epsilon, whenever epsilon is there, epsilon is not actually a terminal. So, that is why whenever you get a epsilon, you are going to find the follow of a. Under that terminals, follow of a terminals, we are adding this production. So, let us see these two steps very clearly by. So, let us try to understand these two steps let us try to apply these two steps on this grammar, then we will try to create a parse table. Okay. So, here total we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 productions are there in this grammar. So, these 7 productions we have to place in the parse table. So, parse in the that many only in the parse table. Okay. So, let us see. So, first what we are doing is we are going to find out a first of every non-terminal, okay, because here it is saying that we have to find first of alpha. So, for that first of all we are finding first of S. So, first of S. So, here this is the S, first of S, either A or B actually, right. So, first of S is A and B. So, as we discussed in the last discussion, when we are so in the last discussion we say, so first of A is what? So, first of A, if you see here, this one first of A is the terminal and B. So, this is the first of A. Next first of B. So, first of B. So, in first of B what we have? So, here B is there. So, B, here C is there, terminals, parse table, or parallelly also you can find out. Okay. So, here how parse table we are going to have? How many rows will be there in that table and how many columns will be there? So, here if you see, parse table is going to have how many non-terminals are there? that many rows is going to be there. Okay. So, here if you see how many non-terminals are there here. So, here total 3 non-terminals are there. So, 3 rows we are going to create. This is for A and this is for B. So, how many non-terminals are there, that many rows we are going to create. Then how many columns are there and what are there in those columns. How many terminals are there along with dollar. Okay. How many terminals are there in the entire grammar, that many columns we are going to take. So, how many terminals are there? A is one column, then B is one terminal. So, this is one column. Next we have C here. So, C is one column. That is it, right? Then you have to take one more column for dollar also. Okay. So, that is why here we are taking dollar. So, this is the parse table first of all. Okay. So, how many rows will be there? What are those in those? How many rows? So, how many rows is there and what are? So, in the parse table, how many rows will be there? How many non-terminals are there? That many rows. How many columns will be there? How many terminals are there? That many columns, and along with dollar symbol. So, this is what first of all parse table. Then how you will fill this parse table, that is what. So, here if you see, if you take S, if you take this production, first production, S of A capital A. So, that is what this one. Now, what he is saying, this production we are adding it here, this is what actually first of alpha. First of alpha means this one. So, what is the first of this one? That is what A we already find. Okay, actually production by production we can find out and add. So, instead of that you first find out first of all non-terminals. So, this is S, this is what A. So, under S row and A column, this production, this A from where you got, from this position you have to add here. So, that is what S arrow small a capital A. Again you see how you are adding this one. Okay. So, non-terminal S is deriving small a capital A. So, this is alpha part. This, so that means in S row under A terminal column we are going to add this production, that is it. Okay. So, like that where you will add B actually. So, same S row, that is what from here. So, under S row and B column. So, here we are adding S arrow B capital B. Okay. So, this is A you got from this production, third production. So, that means A row, A terminal column we are adding this production. So, that is what A arrow A capital A. Okay. So, B column we are adding A arrow B. Remember that where you have to use these productions, that we are filling in this table actually, that is it. Okay. Whenever you have a terminal A and with a particular non-terminal, that particular production, that particular grammar rule we are using. So, to use that grammar rule, that means you have to construct the parse table basing on the rules of the grammar. So, that is what we are doing here. So, now when you come to B, so here B this one and B this one. Okay, non-terminal is B, non-terminal is capital B, terminal is small b. That means B row, B column, this B came from where? From this production actually, first of this part is B. So, that is why B arrow small b capital A production rule you are using. Okay. Now, what about this part? So, this you got from here, right? That means under C column B arrow C we are writing. Okay. Now, so here we have a epsilon for all these productions, or for all we are adding this production actually, this rule. So, that means under dollar we are adding this production, that is B arrow epsilon. So, here we are going to have this rule. Okay. What about remaining position? Remaining positions is actually the error. So, whenever you are executing any program, to give, if you have a syntactical error, how that syntactical error is going to decide basing on this only. Okay. So, that is what error here. So, in this way we are going to create a parse table actually. So, here try to understand when you are going for error actually. So, for example, under B non-terminal, if your input symbol is A actually, that means it is going to throw a error actually. So, particular error message it is going to display. So, here why this parse table we are constructing, that must be very clear. Okay. So, here parse table we are constructing for deciding the given input string is syntactically correct or wrong. Okay. To decide that one mainly we are constructing. If any syntactic error is there, then what we have to do, it has to give a that error message. So, that error message also deciding by this parse table only. Okay. So, that is why constructing parse table is very important. So, that is something about parse table. Now, when you will say this grammar is LL1 grammar, that is also very important. So, when you will say this grammar is LL1 grammar, okay, so that is actual discussion. Okay. So, when you will say given grammar is LL1 grammar is, if parse table don't have multiple entries. So, this is very important. So, if table don't have any multiple entries, then given grammar will become LL1 grammar. Okay. So, here if you see every cell is going to have only one entry, that means only one production it is going to have. So, sometimes how you will decide that one. So, in this parse table we don't have any multiple entries. So, since this parse table don't have multiple entries, this given grammar is LL1 grammar. Okay. So, in that way we will decide given grammar is LL1 grammar or not. So, to just tell given grammar is LL1 or not, sometimes you no need to go for table also. Here itself you can decide. Okay. So, how you will decide? Suppose if first of non-terminal going to have same terminal 2 or more than 2 times, then at that time under that particular terminal you are going to have 2 productions actually, that we will see in the later examples. So, that is the shortcut actually. Okay. So, that we will see once we have enough practice. So, since this don't have any multiple entries, so you can say this is LL1 grammar. Okay. So, in this way we are going to construct the parse table, and then if that don't have any multiple entries, then we can tell given grammar is LL1 grammar.